Hello, my name is Jack Blade. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We're playing some Satisfactory today. I'm recording a bunch of videos today, but we're starting out with looking at what we can do to absolutely crush it with our Mercer Spheres and Somersloops once we've found them. I made a video on exploration and finding these things, but I should probably make a video on how to use them effectively. Let's get into this and get into the nitty-gritty of how to use your Mercer Spheres and Somersloops very effectively, as is mandated by Fixit. First of all, what do they do? The Mercer Spheres are used to unlock this tree, alien technology. And in here, you will unlock the Mercer Sphere analysis, so you can scan for them. And then you unlock the Dimensional Depot Uploader, which starts out being able to upload at 15 items per minute to your dimensional storage, which is found in your inventory. If you press this arrow key here, you get this. Then you can store, when you start out, one stack of each item. Fully unlocked, you can store 5 stacks, and you can upload at 240 items per minute. So, as you see, upload upgrade 240 per minute, and then depot expansion 500%. Means that we have 240 items per minute and 5 stacks of whatever it is. So, even the unstackable things you can stack 5 of in your dimensional depot, which is really good. And then in here, you get another one, which is a manual depot uploader, which means that you can upload from your inventory. Like so. Very nice. Now, what we kind of want to do is look at what is the smartest thing to do when you find them. Is it to immediately start using them and building your dimensional depots, or what's going on? What's the best thing to do here? And a lot of that has to do with what you focus on and what you want to do and everything. So, when it comes to the depots, when you build them, they are in the organization over here. Boom. And just like any other container, you just connect that up with a belt to a storage or to a factory, like to a machine or whatever. And then it will send it into the void. And you will have access to it throughout this, where you can just pull things out. And then when you have when you want to put it back, you can either put it back in a container that uploads it, or you can put it here if you have unlocked the manual depot upload. So yeah. What I find really, really interesting though is that you can stack these. So let's say that you have 5 of these, right? And all of them are uploading, say, concrete. And you've just unlocked this. So you have 15, 30, 45, 60, 75 per minute is now your upload speed. And then at max speed, these 5 would upload 1200 per minute, which is a specific number because that is a Mark 6 belt. So if you have a fully saturated Mark 6 belt with 1200 concrete, then you do a split and then split so that you send into all of them evenly, with a load balancer, you will upload at 1200 per minute into your what's it called, dimensional depot, your remote storage, that is. However, there's more to it, because it costs a lot to unlock these things, and sometimes you have to ask yourself, is it better for me to build more dimensional depots, or is it better for me to save these and upgrade the technology? That's the big question here. And I tried one of these directions in my Let's Play, where I went for the full unlock as fast as possible. And I can tell you, it has been incredible to have that early on when I don't have drones, when I don't have trains, when I don't have like any of that stuff. Having this fully unlocked, it has been insanely good. In my humble opinion, having a single depot that uploads like all of the things you are producing that you need for buildables and stuff, and then having the manual thing so that you can upload manually, perfect. Then go and you find like the total number you need when you've unlocked this, or not even that, you've unlocked this, you unlock this. So you have 15 per minute, you can store one stack, and you can then have this. Like, literally go out to any crash site, go get some doggos, get those computers, make those fluctuators. Once again, you can do this, like, before you send the space elevator in the first place. Like, you can get all of this stuff from your doggos, no problem, no questions asked. Or you can find them at crash sites, or, like, whatever it is. But you can get all the materials you need to unlock all of this before you can actually produce the materials. Very quickly. So you can very easily get the manual depot uploader and the dimensional depot in the first place. You have 15 per minute here, and then you can upload manually. Go and get, like, there's 3, 7, that's 10, plus 13, that's 23, plus 23, right? So that's 46. You need another 46. Here, it's the same number. That's, what is that, 92 Mercer Spheres. Plus the 3 here. That's 95. 96 with this one. 97. 97 Mercer Spheres. There's almost 400 of them on the map, if I remember correctly. Or 300. Whatever it is. The second you can, go and look them up. While you do that, collect the steel pipes, collect the doggos, collect all the stuff, and at the same time, go look for your Somersloops too, of course, 100%. But getting this as fast as possible, fully unlocked, saves you so much time. Like, it compounds so fast. You never have to go back to your factory and pick up more because the depot is uploading so slowly. Like, you can go and explore a lot longer without going like, oh, my inventory is all like plugged up. No, it's not. You just manually upload all the important bits into your manual depot uploader, and then you keep going. And you can upload ammunition, you can upload nobelisks, you can upload like whatever you need into the like dimensional depot, so that you have a lot of like storage that you can just bring with you. Or a lot of ammunition and resources. So Mercer Spheres, definitely the top priority once you like get to this point, when you start unlocking this, which you should do. Like, one of the first things you do, in my opinion, unlock this entire side of the tree. You're gonna need the SAM reanimation, so you're gonna need to find a SAM node and get some of that. You're gonna need to find some steel pipes, like a lot of steel pipes, and then produce like all of this stuff. And like, yeah, of course, pause, build your factories, like it's a factory game, prioritize that, of course. But as soon as you can, get like prioritize this. Don't try to expand and make like, hey, I'm gonna place out 50 of these for every item or anything like that. No. Put that to the side and just focus on getting those Mercer Spheres plugged into your MAM, into alien technology, and unlock this as fast as you possibly can. Now, let's move to the Somersloops, because that's an entirely different story, because we have multiple different functions for these. With the Mercer Spheres, everything is like kind of linear, it's one function, but with the Somersloops, you have two functions. The first one you're gonna unlock is this. Output multiplier. Enhancer thingy. Let's see, what is it actually called in the MAM, so I actually give you the right information here. Alien technology, you unlock alien energy harnessing, and then you unlock this, production amplifier. So, same thing there. You can find this with the doggos, you can find the crash sites. Like, if you have problems unlocking this, I recommend go checking out my doggo video. I'm gonna leave a card in the top. And I'm gonna also leave a card coming after that for my exploration video, for finding crash sites and like all that kind of stuff. With that said, if you have something like this set up, you can use the purple power slugs to make power shards that you use for overclocking. If you don't have this in, one container of power slugs, this is like a lot of power slugs. I think there's not that many purple power slugs in the entire map. But you can get that many if you have the doggos, because infinite power shards are a thing. They will just randomly spawn blue, yellow, and purple power slugs. I didn't like I picked up like 10 power slugs during the first like 50 hours of the game because I didn't need any. I just picked them from the doggos, literally. Either way, if you have this many purple power slugs with a normal setup, you're gonna fill this many containers with power shards. Now, to be fair, that's like 2,400 power shards, 2,400, 2,400, 2,400. That's not really true, because you have these in stacks of 50, the power shards are in stacks of 100, so it's technically 2.5 of these are gonna be full. So, like, these are gonna be gone, and half of that is gonna be full. But, with the production amplifier, this, you get twice that amount. So when these go in, they will go through their production cycle in here, and instead of getting 5 per power slug, you're gonna get 10 per power slug. And depending on the machine, if I try to do that with a refinery, let's go in here and grab some more of these sloopy boys. And I say, hey, give me some plastic. I'm gonna need 2 Somersloops in here. Which means that I've just used 3 Somersloops. Remember, there's only like I think 108 or 116, something like that, is on the map. Which means that if I have a line that I'm using for every one of these, I am gonna need another 2. Very quickly, you get to the magical number, which is 10. And when I say the magical number is 10, that's because at that point you can do the second function of the Somersloops, which is this. You can build the alien power augmenter. And to explain exactly what that does, like there's probably 50,000 videos out there right now talking about that. But I want to talk about why this is both less effective and more effective depending on where you are in the game. Like, I've played a lot of Stellaris and different like grand strategy games where going by the numbers is like how you win, essentially. So I did the numbers on these. Now, be prepared. We're gonna have some funny sounds and stuff coming in here. And we have lasers. And here we got our Somersloops. Now, this is saying like, no, we have like nothing, like it does nothing. But if I take this and connect it to a network, like so, I'm gonna put that here. It doesn't need to be actually connected to anything, it just needs to be connected to a network. We are getting 500 megawatts for free, and we are boosting and getting 50 extra. 10% boost on the network production. Right? So if I had a, like this is 500, but if I plugged in a coal power plant generation thing that also does 500, I would have 1000, and the 10% boost would then give me 100 extra, right? So the bigger my power network is, the more valuable this boost is. That's what I'm saying, like there is a non-linear like value scale to using power augmenters. So if I only have one of these, the result of that is like I have 500 megawatts, right? But it also means that if you look at the power output here, it's 16 megawatts, right? And to be clear, if I remove this and this finishes its cycle, you're gonna notice that that's only 4. So then I have to ask myself, for every multiplier I'm putting in here, how much power am I saving versus how much am I burning? versus how much am I getting here and how many extra machines can I place. Now, there's a different factor to whether or not this is more effective and this is more effective. If you're using something like this, like power slugs, or like alien protein, or like you're making like solid biofuel, or whatever you're doing, that is like a manual collection that is technically a finite amount of, like, finite resource on the map. Not anything you can get from the nodes or the wells or anything like that. Literally just the stuff that you collect. Multiplication can be the right way to go. If you want to also, like, for in a single machine, like this uses 2 as well. Like refineries, like we're looking at like smart plating. You need 2, right? Now you're multiplying the smart plating. Same thing here. You need 2. You multiply it. But if we place down something really advanced, like for example, a quantum encoder, and I take like, hey, I want this. That takes suddenly 4, right? And this, for it to fully like do one cycle, needs 2,000 megawatts. Which means we've multiplied that by at least 4. I don't know if that's actually true or is it like even higher here. But that would mean that 8,000 megawatts is being used for this. And at that point, the most effective thing you can do is this, right? And what's the magic number? When does this become more effective than this? Right? Remember, this is always going to be effective. Having a setup that doubles your power slugs and your, like, technically you quadruple your like alien DNA capsules because you have 2 multipliers. You have like first from the remains becomes the protein, and then you double the protein, right? So if 1 remain turns into 2 protein, and then you double the protein in the next constructor, you're technically quadrupling the result, right? So that's super effective if you want a lot of like DNA capsules for getting awesome coupons. That's really, really good. 100% recommended. Now, something to keep in mind is that everything else, once you hit the magical number, is ineffective. If you have an infinite resource, say SAM ore, quartz, iron ore, uranium. Uranium can actually be super effective because it means you can, like, where there's a very limited amount of it on the map, so that technically could be very effective to use the duplication thing with, for at least some parts of the cycle, production cycle. But like for everything else, the magical number is when you can place down more machines because of this boost to do more stuff with the resources than you get by like what you need to do, like place in here, and in terms of like power cost. Because like down the line, like late game, end game kind of stuff, the massive amounts of power that you need are so insane that thinking that duplicating the output and quadrupling the power usage of a machine like a quantum encoder or particle accelerator, or like God forbid you're doing it to a whole like line of like constructors, like here's 50 constructors and I placed in half of the Somersloops on the map to duplicate that, versus having a total bonus in your network of like 50%, and we're gonna look at that later, 150%. That is like, huh? The magical number is 3 power augmenters. If you have 3 power augmenters or more, essentially anything else becomes ineffective, unless it is to duplicate a very limited or a finite resource. On top of all of that, we can also superclock this with alien power matrices. And then I'm gonna just go like this. Alright. And then what we have now are infinite like free power that starts at 500 per machine, right? I have plugged in nothing else to this system but themselves and the alien power matrix. So now they're doing like hella cool disco stuff over here. And if we look inside, this network is now with 3 of these, with 30 of these, producing 2,850 megawatts. These 3 can run a quantum encoder by themselves. Right? The circuit boost now, like, by doing this, now this is doing a heck of a lot more. The circuit boost per machine is 30%, not 10%. So these 3 are giving a 90% boost, and by themselves producing 2,850 megawatts, which doesn't sound a lot, but if you're adding 90% bonus to a nuclear power setup, then you got stonks. You got power stonks. Like, that's to the moon. Like, Dogecoin has nothing on you. Or Dogecoin. With that, you got the effective meta of using the Somersloop. I'm not saying you need to use the meta. I am saying you can do a little bit of both. I'm saying that once you have the ability to build 3 alien power augmenters, do so and hook them into your network. Whatever Somersloops you have on top of that, you can either like make more power augmenters, or you can like set up your slug like power shard duplication cycle, set up your alien DNA like quadrupler, or like give yourself a boost in your space elevator part production. But 3 is the magic number. So no matter how you look at it, placing the power augmenters is more effective than duplicating. It's a red herring. You will lock up your Somersloops when you only, in reality, need 5 Somersloops to duplicate all of your power slugs and quadruple all of your alien remains. Well, I would say that technically you would need 8 Somersloops to duplicate, because you would have 1 constructor per alien remain, more or less, since you have different alien remains. But 8 Somersloops for duplicating all of your alien DNA and for fixing all of that stuff, and then the rest, all of it. If you make this, you will have power coming out of your ass that you don't know what to do with. And I know, I'm on the Satisfactory Discord. I am reading the Reddits. I'm keeping my ear to the ground. I know that the biggest thing people are complaining about is when they have to pause building their factory to go get more power. How about we solve that issue? Now, let's end this episode. I'm gonna have to cut out a lot of stuff here because it's way too long at this point. I've probably been repeating myself and rambling, so I'm gonna fix that. I don't want this episode to be more than like 25 minutes. I think this clip, like the last clip alone, is like 28 minutes. So I'm gonna have to do some snippety snap there. But thank you so much for being here, and love you guys. And I hope that you take this into account when you plan out your save and your world and what you do, and what, like, for those who have been like, yeah, I don't think it's that effective. I'm probably gonna skip, like, go hunting for these until like way later when I have the jetpack and when I have the rifle and stuff like that. Yeah, but you're gonna have a lot better use for them early on in the game. And once again, Doggo meta. Get those early coupons, get infinite slugs, get the passive resource income, so you don't have to go look for all the crash sites. And then also go look for all the crash sites, so that you get the additional boost and quick unlocks for all of this stuff. With that said, thank you so much for being here. Love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. I want to shout out my members. I want to shout out my patrons. You guys are killing it, and I don't understand how the channel grows this fast, but I really appreciate it. So love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.